Hey, what's up, LOC owners? Dirty Commish here. Uh, just want to try something new here and do a video blog as opposed to a PowerPoint. I don't want anyone opening up a PowerPoint at work and seeing Brett Favre's penis. But you may see my penis tonight. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm drinking some suds here. Um, we might get wild. Anyway, I just want to give you guys an update on what's going on around the league, the LOC. Uh, I haven't done a whole lot in the past month, in case you guys haven't noticed. That's because nothing's going on in the NFL. We're trapped in this little lockout thing going on between the players and the owners. So I figured I would take this opportunity to kind of explain to you what's going on with the lockout, help you understand it a little better. First and foremost, it is a lockout, not a player strike. It's not the players who are saying we don't want to play. It's the owners who lock the doors on the facility so the players can't show up. They had a deal they reached a few years ago, and the players decided, or excuse me, the owners decided they didn't like that deal. They're losing money on that deal, so they want to redo that deal. So money is the huge issue here. The NFL makes about $9 billion in revenue each year, and the players get 57% of that, with the owners getting the rest. The players are saying no, the owners aren't losing money. There's no way they're losing money, and if you are losing money, why don't you show us your books to prove to us that you're losing money? Well, the owners won't show them their books, which in my opinion is very shady. If you're losing money, prove it. So I'm kind of siding with the players on this one. There's some more things going on with it's not just money. You probably heard of the 18-game schedule proposal. I think this is a PR tool for the owners to get fans on their side, because they know fans don't want to hear about billionaires versus millionaires when it comes to money. So they figured they could throw something like 18-game schedule out there to get fans on their side, saying, hey, the owners want to add 2 games. Let's get on to that. Which is great. I'm all for it, too. Obviously, the players don't like this. 2 more games equals more injuries and more wear and tear. But, I think someone did the math, and 2 more games would equal an extra $500 million a year in money talks. So I think it will eventually, the players will agree upon it. But there needs to be a lot of logistics worked out with it, as far as like expanding roster size for injuries, limiting the off-season drills, just so people can stay in better condition. I see this happening probably in 2014, just because there's so many things that need to be worked out. I wouldn't expect to see it happening this year or next year. Another thing that's being ironed out right now is the rookie salary cap. This is another thing that I think owners are using to their advantage to get the fans on their side. Because everyone knows that the rookies, especially first-round picks in general, just make a ridiculous amount of money, and they've never played a snap in the NFL. I'll use Jamarcus Russell like an example, who in my opinion is the biggest bust ever. He had one good year in college, in my opinion. He had a real good bowl game, and that got him the first overall pick. Just by being the first overall pick, he got a $61 million contract, with $32 million being guaranteed. In contrast, Tom Brady didn't get a contract like that until 2005, and that was after he won his 3rd Super Bowl. So, to recap, Jamarcus Russell, who's a huge douchebag, gets a contract for having a good Sugar Bowl, not Super Bowl, but Sugar Bowl. He gets that contract and sucks. Whereas Tom Brady, who was a 6th-round pick in 2000, he had to win 3 Super Bowls before he got a contract that big. So the system is flawed. The good thing here is both players and owners agree on that the system is flawed. They just have different approaches about what how they want to fix it. Obviously, they want to have it where, depending on where you're drafted at, you get paid a certain amount of money. The first overall pick gets X, second overall gets a little less, third gets a little less, and on down the list. The players want the contract, though, to be only 4 years for that guarantee, for that slotted money, whereas the owners want it to be 5 years before they get that next contract, which could be possibly huge. Also, the players want them to be a career-ending injury clause, where if you're a rookie or on a rookie contract and you blow out your knee, you can never play football again. They want you to be able to get the money you had on your contract. Well, owners obviously don't like that. They want it to be, where you reach a settlement and get that payment. So that's the big things between that. I don't see this being a big speed bump with the negotiations because both the owners and the players want the same goal here. Uh, like two more things I want to talk about with the whole negotiations that I think's part of the process they need to work out. The drug testing, HGH. The big thing is owners don't like, especially Roger Goodell, obviously doesn't like the loophole that players like Pat Williams and Kevin Williams found when they got suspended a few years ago. Instead of taking their suspension, they went to a Minnesota state judge and got it overturned. They don't want there to be any kind of state laws to come into play when the players get suspended. I think what's going to happen here is they're just going to find a NFL judge who doesn't have any bias towards one or the other, and he's going to make all the rulings for this case. I can see this happening. But when it comes to player conduct, though, Roger Goodell's been pretty hardcore with handing out disciplines. And I can see the players have an issue with this. They wanted to go to a judge, like I mentioned before, who oversees everything in the NFL. But Roger Goodell's probably not going to give up that power. He's like a high school principal. So that could be a holdup there. Obviously, also, too, the players don't want any repercussions from any of the trouble they got into during the lockout. So guys like Kenny Britt and Aqib Talib, they don't want anything to happen to those guys because they think it's the owner's fault for locking us out. And we could be playing football now or practicing or doing off-season drills as opposed to being out and getting in trouble. That's where they see it. But owners and Roger Goodell are not going to see it like that. So Claire and Pickles, who own Kenny Britt and Aqib Talib, expect to see them suspended this year. Let's see, one last thing I'll talk about, and I'll get off the whole lockout thing, because I think you guys kind of have a basic understanding of it, and I don't want to bore you. Bonus recovery. Usually when you sign a contract, if you're good, you'll get guaranteed money. But players like Michael Vick and Plaxico Burress, who do dumb shit and get in trouble and get arrested where they can't play because they're in jail, obviously teams want that guaranteed money to come back to them because they're getting that guaranteed money because they're guaranteed they're going to be on the field. Well, they can't be on the field because they're dickheads and they're in jail. So owners want to work a system out where, hey, if you get in trouble or you go into jail and you can't play, you get that. They get that guaranteed money back. This is another thing I side with the owners on also because this is close to heart. Everyone knows I'm a Falcons fan. I think the Falcons lost like $12 million when Vic. They still owed Vic even when he went to jail, and we couldn't get that money back. And I feel that money could have went to another player to help us out. So I'm definitely with the owners on that one. In a nutshell, that's pretty much the big things that are holding up in the negotiations right now and why there's a lockout. There's a few more things here and there, like with retired players wanting to get money and stuff like that. I don't get into all of that. If it's looking like they're making good progress right now, if we can get something done in the next month or so by mid of July, we should have a regular season and without missing football. The longer it waits, though, if we go into August, we're probably going to miss a game or two at least, and we'll miss more games as it goes along, which is going to suck. So if we're in August and they're still negotiating, I would just recommend getting a college team and following them until we get some NFL, because we're going to miss some games if it goes that long. Speaking of college, I just want to say I'm pretty happy with the college league right now. I've talked to Dookie Shoot's owner today, Wayne Burris. I've talked to Shardelli. I've talked to Banner. They're all fired up. I'll give an example of Wayne. I'm sure Wayne has probably watched maybe all of 45 minutes of college football in his life. But today I was talking to him, and he was spitting out names like Taylor Martinez, Marcus Gray, Isaiah Crowell, Brandon Whedon. They're just names that, unless you're a diehard college football fan, you would have no clue who they are. And he was spitting them out. It was great. So obviously he's been doing his homework. So look out for him this year. Even Shardelli was spitting out some random Boston College names. And it was good stuff. You throw in that enthusiasm and also the fact that I know of some couple of backdoor deals that have went down with some California teams that will remain nameless, who are working together to try to screw a certain Arizona team. So just look out for that. I won't name names. I think the biggest, the eye of the shitstorm, though, is going to be in the southeast area, because everyone knows Dave Pierce it has a man crush on running back Marcus Lattimore for the Gamecocks, who is a stud and is going to be an LSC player, probably a toilet bowl pick here in 2014. Pierce has a huge man crush on him, and for some reason, Ashley has had a grudge against Pierce since the days of Alaska playing fantasy baseball. She's just had it out for pissing him off, and she has not a care in the world for Marcus Lattimore, but because she knows that's Pierce's baby, she is pressing him pretty hard. Everyone knows who's in the league that the commitment list comes out tonight, so we decided who signs with who, and I put the over/under at Pierce dropping out of the league at about 45% if he doesn't land Marcus Lattimore. So we'll look out for that. Also, Pierce has to worry about this. There's another Gamecock that he's got his eye on. That he has there's a certain team in Florida that I got it on good information that is pressing him pretty hard too. So Pierce has to look over both shoulders right now. If he loses both those players, God help us. So the college league's picking up, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I think there's going to be a lot of rivalries established tonight when that commitment list comes down. So I'm looking forward to that. That's all I got for this week in football. I'll try to do this once a week if I have something to talk about. There's not a lot going on right now, like I said before, so I might just talk about some random bullshit like movies or something. I saw True Grit this week. Very good movie. I saw the original a few months ago. The new one, pretty much scene for scene, it's the same thing. The ending's the main difference. Real good movie. Check it out. Jeff Bridges is an awesome actor. I can watch that guy read a phone book and be entertained. So yeah, check that out. Happy Father's Day to see Shardelli, Ziggy, Rashay, who has like 8 kids, Pickles, Banner, Bill Howlett, Eddie Gray. So, and the most important dad of them all, Vicar's dad, Mike. Happy Father's Day, and enjoy your necktie. That's all I have for this week. If you have any comments, throw them in the message board or the chat room, which should be below this video. I hadn't figured out how I want to set this up yet, but throw them in there. I read those, and it means a lot when I hear feedback. It keeps me doing this. So if you guys like getting these and the PowerPoints and the previews, let me know, because I'm doing it for you. All right, man. Y'all have a good weekend, and ladies. Sorry, Erica and Ashley. Y'all take it easy, and I will hit you guys back next week. Later. Love.